Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, guys. This is your brother Liaquat Zaman again. Another week has passed since I done my last vlog, and just thought I'd update you guys with what's happening in the week. I don't really get time to do regular vlogs anymore. I don't know if that's because I'm a bit lazy. I started that the other thing, the Anchor, but the Anchor one I've got some ideas for that. I'm going to be doing some interviews with people. So some scholars, interviews with just other activists, Muslim activists, or just general people anyway. Speak to them, see what they think, see what kind of problems they have, see what an average Muslim does. If you want to be part of my podcast, just let me know, inshallah. And maybe I can, because you can even do like phone calls as well. So with the Anchor, it's like you phone someone and you can even like record that interview and it becomes a podcast. So that's another option there as well. And sometimes a lot of people, because they don't see the other side of ulama, scholars, the kind of informal side, it's nice to listen to a scholar when he's in his comfort zone, or when he's not talking about things that you usually see him talk about on the minbar. So that's the Anchor, inshallah. That's going to be continuing. I know I've stopped it for a few days, and I have planned on doing inheritance as well on there. So I've started the inheritance thing. I don't know, if people can learn inheritance, Islamic inheritance, just by listening, or do they need visual? What do you guys think? Do you guys think visual would help more, or is it audio? What do you guys think? You guys let me know, inshallah. Let me just see what's happening here. So anyway, so that's another thing. And inshallah tonight I'm going to be doing a halqa of Quran gems. So I'm going to be covering surahs or verses of the Quran. Inshallah, I'm talking a little bit about it. And that's going to be tonight, inshallah, which is going to be about after Maghrib time. So if you guys are in Birmingham, come down, inshallah, and maybe we can meet as well. See you guys. And I've also got some other talks as well. So one of the talks is going to be about the Surah Al-Kahf, the story of the two gardens. So I'm going to be talking about that, inshallah. That's going to be in Wolverhampton though, not here. So Wolverhampton, guys, anyone near Wolverhampton, inshallah, come down. It's a nice mosque as well. It's a new one that used to be a casino, and then it was converted into a mosque. So I've got that. So anyway, that's me, guys. And the weather has been a bit dull all day. It's been raining today, and you know me, I don't like bad weather. I'm sure many of you guys don't like the bad weather as well. So yeah, that's all with me. Anything with you guys? Any questions you guys got for me? Questions have been firing on Curious Cat. Loads of questions. There was actually some of the questions. I think maybe it might be a good idea to. Someone asked the questions about Amor Fati. Amor Fati. Is that how you say it? Amor Fati. AMORFATI. So Amor Fati, I haven't really looked into deep detail exactly what it is. So I'm not really too comfortable in answering that question unless I know something very well. So basically it's like, from what I've read, it's where you're kind of content with what's happening. So it's not really kind of like fatalism where you just put yourself down to fate. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. You do a bit more, you kind of protect yourself from harms happening to you. But it's more about, look, if something's happened in the past, let it happen and just get on with the future. And there's a similar concept in Islam which is called Rida bil Qada, which is you kind of content, whatever Allah has given you, you're happy with that, you don't complain. There's that kind of concept as well. So I'm thinking, does it overlap with the concept? Is it the same? Is it different? I don't know. Someone's asked that question. And someone's also asked the question about the 7 recitations in the Quran. So there's like seven recitations of the Quran, famous. It's basically not qira'at, it's called the 7 ways that the Quran was recited. 7 kind of revelations, 7, I don't know what English word used for it. Sab'a ahruf is called basically. So this is something which scholars have discussed in detail. There's about like 40 different opinions of exactly what this means. So this doesn't mean that there was 7 different Qurans that were revealed. It doesn't mean that. What I personally think it means, and which I've taken from the opinions of other scholars, is that it means that the Quran, there was a flexibility of how you could read the Quran. So the Quran could be recited in a way which was easy for Arabs across the Arabian Peninsula to be able to recite it, because the dialects of the Arabs was quite different in different areas. You had like some Arabs who would say qaf, some who would say gaf, some who would say al at the beginning of words, some who would say ar or so it was like, if you read the classical books, you can see how Arabs used to speak very differently. So trying to get them all to kind of recite the Quran would have been difficult. So there was like flexibility in how it could be pronounced. And because some of the words, their meanings were slightly different, overall it was exactly the same thing really. Yeah, it was just like flexibility in how it could be recited. So that's why the 7 ahruf isn't really an issue regarding that. So I hope that the guy or the person who's asked that question, I hope you guys answered that. And besides that, there are some questions that some of you guys ask, but it's like a question which I don't feel comfortable answering in public, because there's like further details I need and further information to be able to answer that question. So sometimes some people think, scholar, any question you ask a scholar, he should be able to answer it. And let me tell you something, you will find in history that no scholar has answered every single question that was presented to them. Right, so you won't get that. You won't get like scholars answering all the questions that are presented to them. Some of the scholars are going to answer questions on there and then. Some of the scholars are going to say to you, I don't know, or they'll say to you, come back later, come back after a week or a month. So you have to get used to the idea. You're not going to get your answers. It's not like a fast food, kind of business where you get your answers there and then. And trust me, a scholar who answers all your questions, the scholars used to say, stay away from them kind of scholars, because it's very, very, very unlikely that a scholar would be able to answer everyone's questions correctly. Yeah, might be making stuff up on the way. So, some of the questions you guys need to personally kind of message me, direct message me, so I can ask further things and then I'll be able to clarify. Otherwise, if I find a question which I can comfortably answer and I don't really have an issue with, then I'll answer it on the Curious Cat without problem, inshallah, guys. So, anything else? I can't think of any other question that was on the Curious Cat. But anything else you guys wanna ask me, you can ask me now. Otherwise, I'm not gonna make this very long, because I've got some complaints from some of you guys that some of the vlogs are too long, so they don't want to listen to them. So I don't want to make it too long, so you guys don't listen to it. I want you guys to benefit as well, and I want me to not waste my time as well. And inshallah, I'm not going to be wasting my time, hopefully, with you guys. Yeah, so let me know if you got any questions. Otherwise, I'm going to sign out because I've got to go badminton as well. So I've got my Friday badminton, inshallah. I'm a bit hungry at the moment, so I need to go and eat something, get a bit of energy for badminton. Otherwise, when you play and you're tired, muscles don't react as quick as they should do. Everyone else okay? You guys good? Your week's going well? Let me know, inshallah, and leave your comments in the comments below. Or if you're too shy to leave your comments in the comments below, leave your comments in Curious Cat. Go to Curious Cat and leave your comments there, inshallah. I really appreciate your comments, whether they're good, whether they're bad. Inshallah, I'll read them all. I might not answer them all, but I do read all of them, alhamdulillah. I read all your comments. So jazakallah khair, guys, and hope you guys have a wonderful day. Come down, inshallah. If you're in Birmingham, come down. I'm gonna try to live stream it as well. Live stream it on my YouTube. I'm not gonna live stream it on Facebook. I'll live stream it on YouTube, inshallah, for you guys. So have a nice weekend, guys. Have a nice, wonderful week as well, and hopefully see you guys again. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.